Yeah, up here is where you can really see all the different colors, and it's the best view of the tank, I think. Hey, what's up, Reefers? I'm Reefer Matt, and welcome back to the Reef Cave. This is the November 2025 update video. We'll have a look at the SBS tank here and the Fowler tank, and I'll also have a little chat. There's some things that were going on, and I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit, and I really appreciate your support. So let's get into that, shall we? All right, well, I just want to talk to you guys for a minute, and I apologize that the tank is blue right now. It's just hard to get the colors all matched up when I am in the frame and the tank at the same time. So don't worry, things will look better in a minute. I just wanted to say thank you guys for your support and for letting me know what you think about everything. I'm really just in the point in my life to where I'm trying to balance my priorities. I'm 45, so I'm getting older. Things like this, I'm just thinking long term. It's like, why am I doing this channel? I started it out, just to kind of share my reefing and to help you guys help others and also learn too. And part of that is, you guys would, say, hey, I do this with my tank. What do you do for yours? And we kind of have a conversation. And I really like that. That's really why I do this this channel. And I do want to continue doing that if that's a possibility. I guess the main thing is that you guys can see me, but I can't see you. So I don't know who's out there. I don't know who I'm talking to. And for me as a person in a reefer, it's really nice to have that. So that way, it's more of a conversation. I mean, my point of view right now, I'm talking to my phone. So it's not very personable to do that and then not get a lot of interaction when I do videos too. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, what's the point of doing it if I'm just sitting here talking to myself into my phone and nobody's really watching or saying anything? So, I mean, if you guys want to make this a bigger thing, you guys have all the power for that. You can respond more, in comments. And I know they say that all the time on YouTube, comment and like and all that stuff. But for me personally, it's not about blowing up the channel or making the video popular. It's about, seeing who you are. I know a few of you who don't even have tanks, but you watch me anyway, and I really appreciate that. People that I know in my daily life. And then everybody else who has a tank, that's why I have this channel, is so we can have that conversation. If you want a tank like this one behind me, I can, guide you with what I do with it, and hopefully it'll translate into your tank too. But really, that's what it's all about, is you guys hold the power if you want to make this a bigger thing or a better thing. And I promise that if you do, I will give my energy to you as long as you give it back to me. So it's a two-way street, you know what I mean, so to speak. I really enjoy doing this when we have that back and forth, that conversation. And I really hope we can continue that. So like I said, I'm not trying to be a somebody in reefing. I'm never going to be. I'm just here to try to help you guys. I'm a reefer, and I care about you guys. I care about reefing. I care about how successful you are with your tanks, because I know what reefing means to a lot of people, and I know what it means to me. It's not just having a tank. It's therapy. It's stress relief. It's a lot of different things into one, and everybody has a different reason for a tank. And I want to help you be successful and happy with yours. So I'll do whatever I can to do that. All right, well, enough of the mushy stuff. Let's go check out the tank, shall we? All right, and here's the 75-gallon SBS tank. This tank recently won Reef to Reef's Reef of the Month for November, so that was pretty cool. I was super shocked at that, as you can imagine. There are a lot nicer tanks out there, I think, but who am I to say no to that, right? Things are going pretty good in here. I just did a water change yesterday, and I'll put the parameters up on the screen for you right here. And the fishies are doing good. There's my purple tang. I'm starting to get a little bit of algae, as you can see, but the urchins keep it pretty clean. There's one right there. So I just got to watch that, because this tank does have higher nitrate. I'll show you that on the side here. I just tested that today. So I write them down on the side of the tank. So as you can see, my nitrate is 27 and phosphate is 0.06. So, and that's after a water change. So I know it was much higher than that because I changed 30 gallons and I think there's about 90 gallons water volume in my sump, which is down here. I rarely show that. That's just a 29-gallon aquarium down there. That has my sump with a single baffle. And I've been dosing K elements in this, and I think that's actually improved a lot of the color and stuff in the coral, so I'm pretty happy with it. I'm going to keep doing it. The last time I sent in an ICP test, when I did it, everything was in the green, so I think I'll stick with it. And so one thing you got to look for in a mature tank like this is the coral like to just grow over each other. See that? That acropora there is growing over that monotype, and also back here it's growing over that leptocerus. So I know this acropora is pretty tough because it can grow over that leptocerus back there. So it'll be interesting to see how much real estate it takes up. It's already taken up all that there. But I enjoy it. It's cool. I just got to watch out. I might actually trim that off. I don't know yet. We'll see what happens. And then these acros up here are doing fantastic. Right here. They're growing into each other, but I don't see them killing each other. So they might be the same species, which would be cool. Even though they look a little different, they might both be stags. I'm not sure, though. If you know, let me know, please. But I don't see where they're touching. I don't see them killing each other, so I'm happy about that worked out. And then this Higer Wave Maker up here. Shout out to Higer. It's still doing good. And congratulations to the winner of the giveaway. They received their prize. I like doing that. I like giving stuff away. I hope I can do more of that. And that's really up to you guys. How much you participate, it gives attention to this channel, and we can do more things. So it's all in your hands. Yeah, up here is where you can really see all the different colors. And it's the best view of the tank, I think. I do have a little cover for my phone that I sort of tried out. I haven't really tried it with this new phone where I can actually put my phone in the tank. So maybe I'll try that and see if I can capture some cool footage. But it was just okay. It wasn't as good as this. So that's why I didn't really stick to it. Check that out. The Disney's starting to perk up a little bit. The lights haven't gone completely blue for the night, so it's still sort of a white light. But the Disney is starting to get its purples back, which is cool, and some of the pinks, as you can see there. And that bird's nest back there, I'm going to have to frag out some more of that. It was right here, and it killed some of the Disney right there, so that's why I fragged it out, but it was right here, shading everything. So I'll probably have to remove that back there to allow flow to come through this little valley right here. And my urchins, I have a lot of urchins in this tank. I have some on loan in another tank right now, but I have like 5 or 6 of them in this tank because they do a really good job. They just create a lot of detritus, and that collects down here. And then I just have to vacuum it out when I do a water change. This tank's doing pretty good. I've just been keeping up on the water changes and dosing them K elements. Like I said, I just manually dose that when I remember. And keeping the peace. As you can see, there's a lot to trim, and even more so right here. This stylo and monotype are starting to grow into each other there too. So I'll have to do some more trimming here very shortly. And that is the 75-gallon SBS tank. All right, and here is my 135-gallon Fowler tank. There's Finn front and center. He is getting huge. He's such a cool fish though. And so is Puffy. Can't forget my boy Puffs, the dog-faced puffer right there. Sorry, I'm getting a little reflection from the other tank. I'll walk a little closer. There's Puffs and Finn. And there's Bandit, the Huma Huma trigger. And Spike, the burrfish. Brownie, Fiji foxface. And over here, the big old boy, Leonidas, the volatile lionfish. He's every bit of 12 inches long now. He's huge. He's just chilling out in front of that gyre right there, which I got to clean. If you've been keeping up, you notice that I cleaned the back glass finally. It looks somewhat better. The paint on the back is peeling off, so it's like, now I just revealed another problem by cleaning the glass, but it's cool. One thing at a time. It does look better, so I'll try my best to keep it clean. These guys are doing good. I'm probably going to redo some things in this tank next year. I definitely got to redo the stand because the stand's getting rust on it. Because these guys do splash and the water goes up over the top of the tank. It goes down the front here, and the stand is made out of steel. It's 2-inch tube steel, and it's starting to get, well, not starting. It's been rusting for a couple of years. But luckily, it's just surface rust, so I do have some time. But I'm going to have to make a project out of this and drain this tank down and put these guys in a temporary tub while I get that stand fixed. These guys are doing good. All right, so the next two tanks, you're going to see a theme, and that's dirty glass because these are just frag tanks. I try to clean them up a little bit. This tank, I do have some algae growing, so what I'm going to do is take all the coral out the racks and clean the racks up 2 at a time, and some citric acid, maybe some peroxide. Then I'll scrape all the algae out the tank. I did put a couple urchins in here, and they're doing a pretty good job. I'll show you that in a minute, but they're not quite as quick as I want them to be, so I'm going to have to take matters into my own hands as well. But this is where I keep my SBS frags, and a lot of these acros are growing out really nice, so I got to freshen up this tank a little bit too. And Nemo Jr., of course, and his elegance coral. So yeah, up here you can see all the algae. Look at that, that's filthy. That's because I took my urchins out of here a while ago, and I don't know what happened to all my snails. They must have died off. There's one urchin right there, but you can see the back glass here where they've actually cleaned it compared to over here. That's my siphon. So they do a great job at removing algae. However, it's not quite as quick as I'd like it to be, and I got to take these gyres out and clean them too, but I'll get it cleaned up, and then I got to frag some of these, like the Setosa here. That's ready to be fragged. That's probably about 3 inches across. And then some of these acros here as well, some of these stags, maybe the stylo there. I do have a show, in 3 weeks, so I got to get ready for that. And I am way behind, so I'll be doing that probably as you're watching this video. I'll be cleaning this up. Ooh, there's some of that Disney right there. Check that out. That'll be coming with me to the show, and I'm going to clean up that plug that it's on. I rarely frag that. But this tank's doing good other than the algae, but to me, algae's not a big deal. And that's the SBS frag tank. All right, like I said, we got a theme of dirty glass. Sorry, I've been sort of busy, and I'm not focused on the glass. I did do water changes though. As you can see, this one wasn't that long ago. With the coral in here doing pretty good. I gotta do some fragging, especially on this Ghani right here. These torches are doing okay. I'm keeping an eye on them because they're close to this frog spawn. They will fight with this frog spawn over here. This thing's getting huge too, and all these hammers. So I'm just trying to keep the piece in here for now, and then I got to do some fragging and some reorganizing, but this tank's not doing too bad either. All right, over here in, I guess I'll call it the Softy frag tank, even though it's got other things in it. This is the tank that I want to take down eventually. Or I guess I could use it to grow out, bigger things like this. But I'd like to take it down and maybe put up a display tank here someday. I'm not in a hurry. I don't have the money for a display tank right now over here, but I think that'll be the long-term goal. So in the meantime, I'm not going to add anything to this tank, but I'll frag it out as it grows out. Like this bounce right here is splitting. I was wondering what was up, and I was looking in the middle of it. But as you can see in the middle there, you can see the filaments, and you can sort of see how it's going to split into 3 shrooms there. because that thing was every bit of 4 inches across. So that'll be cool. And then I'll have to frag it off of that little rack that it's on. And that toadstool's doing cool. I got to do something with that Hollywood stunner there. And I don't know still. I still have this bird's nest in here. It's lost a lot of its color, but it's still alive. And that Matsupora digitata there too. And this I got to clean up. I'll probably do that tomorrow. Or like I said, as you're watching this, I'll probably be fragging these off of this rack and putting them on frag plugs. And no, that's not Aptasia. Those are sun polyps. I forgot the name. They're related to zoanthids. I forgot what kind of coral they are. But everybody's like, oh, that's Aptasia. I'm like, no, I'm not selling Aptasia. They do look like it, though, for a minute. But once you get white lights on them, they're yellow. So I'll be fragging those up. Here's my little fishies. These guys probably want to be fed. My little fox face. I recommend a fox face in every tank if you can. Sometimes they're not quite reef safe, but I haven't had any problems with them, with the ones that I have with coral. They help keep the tank clean, especially with bubble algae. I get a little bit of bubble algae up top here. He can't quite reach that, but he does clean the rest of the bubble algae in the tank and helps keep it clean. So that is the little tub frag tank, and I'm just kind of fragging it down as it goes, but the coral keep growing, so we'll see what happens. Like I said, someday I'd like to take this all down and put up a mixed display tank in this corner, you know, at least something over 100 gallons, but I'm not in a hurry, like I said, because it's not in the budget right now. We'll get there someday. So over here in my mess, I got to clean all this up. Oops, what's this? How did that get there on top like that? My goodness. Yeah, I'm just playing. Yes, I'm in the Reef squad at Reef to Reef. I'm just teasing some people that are on Reef to Reef if they happen to see that. This is my little freshwater tank. I was going to put shrimp in here. However, I'm not sure if I want to do that now. It's only a 2-gallon. And I got 2 little snails in there. And they've been doing a pretty good job keeping it clean. So I'm real happy with this tank. It's nice and peaceful because I hardly have to do anything with it. I just keep it topped off. And maybe I'll do a water change here and there on it. You know, I don't have to do a big amount, but I might put some shrimp in it. I might not. It's kind of too small to do that. So I enjoy it either way. I just kind of let it go and let it do its thing. And it's nice and relaxing for me to look at. And I do enjoy it. And it wouldn't be much of an update video if I didn't show you what I was printing. Right now, I am printing out this rack I designed. And if it turns out good, I'm going to release it on MakerWorld on Bambu Lab. So be looking for that. People have been asking for this. It's almost the size of the plate. It's a bigger frag rack. So if it works out, I'll be uploading that soon. Well, that'll do it for this video. I'm Reefer Matt. Thank you for watching and happy reefing.